Out of Bounds is a 1986 American action thriller feature film directed by Richard Tuggle and starring Anthony Michael Hall. It is currently not available on DVD. Plot: Hall portrays Darrell Cage, an Iowa farm boy whose parents send him to live in Los Angeles with his brother. At the airport, Darrell's suitcase full of checkered flannel shirts is switched with one containing a drug kingpin's heroin. The gangster boss has Cage's brother and his live-on girlfriend murdered, but the police suspect Darrell of the crime. Cage becomes the prime suspect of his brother's murder and must clear his own name. He must also rid himself of the heroin by tracking down the kingpin. Production: Hall had recently achieved fame in starring roles as a geek character in a number of 1980s teen movies, such as 16 Candles, and was eager to avoid being typecast. He opted to star in the action-filled Out of Bounds as a way to contrast his previous work. The film soundtrack featured songs by Stuart Copeland and Adam Ant, Robert Berry, Night Ranger, Belinda Carlisle, The Smiths, The Cult, The Lords of the New Church, Sammy Hagar, and Susie and the Banshees. The Night Ranger song, Wild and Innocent Youth, has never appeared on any of the band's albums to date. According to the DVD accompanying the box set for 100 Million Bon Jovi Fans Can't Be Wrong, the Bon Jovi song, Out of Bounds, was written as the title song from the movie, but it did not make it. Y&T's Wild If I Wanna appears in a short sequence in the film, but did not make the soundtrack. It eventually appeared on the band's 2003 release Unearthed, Volume 1 and made the group's set lists around that time due to popular demand. In the 1999 reissue of the Girls album, Motley Crue bassist Nikki Sixx claimed that the instrumental track Nona was originally commissioned for this movie. Cast: Anthony Michael Hall as Darrell Cage, Jenny Wright as Diz, Darlene, Jeff Kober as Roy Gaddis, Glynn Turman as Lieutenant Delgado, Raymond J. Barry as Hurley, Pepe Serna as Morano, Michelle Little as Crystal, Jerry Levine as Marshall, G2 Kumbucker as Lamar, Kevin McCorkle as Tommy Cage, Linda Shane as Chris Cage, Maggie Gwynn as Mrs. Cage, Ted Gehring as Mr. Cage, Meatloaf as Gil, Alan Graff as Biker, Dan Luke as Cop on Melrose, John Vickery as Detective No. 1, Tony Ascietto as Detective No. 2, David Chung as Detective No. 3, Tony Caden as Snide Patron No. 1, John Tarnoff as Snide Patron No. 2, Jennifer Balgobin as Martha,